Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be filming a February TBR. I go through stages where I'm super into reading and then I get like into a reading slump, but I am trying to push myself to read. I have so many books that I haven't read. I have a lot that I have read over the last couple of years since I've started like falling in love with reading, but yeah, I still have a lot of books that I haven't read, I want to read, so I'm just trying to go through the ones I already have, like physical copies that I have, before I start trying to buy new books. I do have a Kindle which my boyfriend bought me like 2 to 3 years ago. And I haven't used it just because I do love the feel of actually having a physical book and the smell, but be too much sometimes just because books do take up a lot of space. I did have them in the closet in the office, but I moved them and they're right now and they're like in a storage container because I don't have really a proper place to put them. We do have a bookshelf in our room, but has a bunch of like other stuff on it, not really books. But yeah, I am trying to get myself back into reading, so I'm trying to read as many books as I can this month. Now, I don't know if the goal I'm going for is gonna work for me just because I haven't read in a while, but I am gonna push myself to read as much as I can this month. So I mean, it's already, when I'm filming this, it's already the 7th of February, so hopefully this will be up by within the same week that I'm filming this. But the book that I'm already reading, I'm almost halfway through it, is What She Left Behind by Tracy Bellen, I believe is her name, but this is the book I'm reading at the moment. So it's about a mom and a daughter who live with their abusive husband slash dad, and the mom and the daughter had made a plan about running away so they can escape the abuse, but something happens and then her mom is nowhere to be found. So now the daughter's on a mission to figure out what happened to her mom while still living with her abusive dad. So I'm about halfway through. Right now I'm on page 100. So I am excited to finish this and see what happens, but this book I'm not really counting as part of my February TBR just because I'm already reading it, but I'm gonna finish it. So I'm excited to see what happens, but yeah, this is the first book. These next books are books that I've had for a while that I haven't gotten to reading yet. So they're books that I've had, I don't know how long, a couple years maybe. The first one is The Night We Said Yes by Lauren Gibaldi. It's about a girl named Ella, and she meets this guy called Matt when she is just trying to get through life, school. She wants to get through graduation, she wants to move to college, all of that stuff. So she had her plan, and then this guy Matt shows up. They become a thing, and then he disappears. Like, he completely is gone. Nothing is said to her about where he's going, why he left, and then he comes back a year later, and it's kind of, I guess, about what happened within that time that they were together when he left and then he came back. So I'm really excited to read this. I haven't read any reviews on it. I haven't heard any reviews on it. Usually when I read books, I like to also watch other people's vlogs about it, like them reading books and stuff like that, just to keep me going in the motivation to read the books, just because sometimes I start to get a little bit unmotivated to read. But I'm gonna try and push myself. But yeah, I'm really interested in this one, mainly to see what happens and why the guy left and figure out what happened that caused him to want to leave. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. But this is what the book looks like. Sorry, I have the sticker on here. I got it from Half Price Books for only $8.99. So this is the book, The Bargaining. Okay, so for this one, I'm just gonna read the synopsis on the back just because I'm not really sure how to explain this one. But it says, the fact that neither of her parents want to deal with her is nothing new to Penny. She's used to being discussed as a problem, one her mother has finally passed on to her father. What she hasn't gotten used to is April, her stepmother, especially when Penny finds out that she'll have to spend the summer with April in the remote woods of Washington to restore an old broken down house. Set deep in a dense forest, the Carver house is filled with abandoned furniture, rich architecture, details, and chilling past. The only respite Penny can find from renovations is in Miller, the young guy who runs the local general store. He's her only chance at a normal and enjoyable summer. But Miller has his own connections to the Carver house and is going beyond the mysteries, tapping at the windows, the handprints smudging the glass panes, the visions of children calling Penny into the dark woods. Miller's past just might threaten to become the terror of Penny's future. I'm really sorry if I'm really bad at like describing or reading out loud. Usually I just read in my head. It's like silent reading. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with this book, just because I'm just really interested on what Miller has to do with that house that Penny's never been to and what goes on in that house. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. The next one I'm really excited about reading, which I've been saying about pretty much all the books that I've talked about so far, is The Whisper Man by Alex North. So this is about a dad and a son who have moved to a new town. I guess a little boy vanishes, or a young boy vanishes from the town that they moved to, and now he starts to hear weird whispering from outside his home, like something's whispering at him. And I guess they need to try and figure out what's going on, because this has to do with a serial killer who had kidnapped and murdered 5 people previously. So yeah, I'm so bad at describing, but this is the book, and I have watched a vlog, I'm not sure from who, about this book, and it seemed really interested. It's kind of like a thriller, and I'm really excited. I'm right now, I really enjoy thrillers, mysteries. I do like some romance, but usually thrillers and mysteries is what I go for. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one and see what happens. So the next book I have is They Wish They Were Us by Jessica Goodman. And this is about a girl named Jill who is just going through life, living her life in school, and her friend, her best friend, was murdered by her boyfriend. And so Jill is part of this, like a secret society, I guess, and she's one of like the main top girls that's in that secret society, that I guess is from the school, I don't know. But she starts to receive weird text messages about Graham, who is the supposed killer of her best friend. So now she is trying to figure out what to believe and trying to figure out who actually killed her best friend. So yeah, I'm excited to read. I keep saying I'm excited. I'm gonna try and stop saying I'm excited, because obviously I'm interested in all of these books for a reason or another. But yeah, this seems really interesting just because it's kind of similar to a book that I recently read called, I think it's The Girl in the Picture, where this girl has a secret relationship with a guy, and he is murdered. She's trying to figure out who killed him, and because he had a girlfriend, she kind of blames the other girl, the one that had the secret relationship with. So yeah, that one, it seems kind of similar to that. It's probably gonna be a totally different story, but yeah, this is another book that I'm really wanting to read. The next one is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and this is by Stuart Torton. And this is what the cover looks like. It's a really pretty cover. It's like a matte cover. So I'm gonna read the synopsis for this one just because I think it'd maybe make more sense. It says, Evelyn Hardcastle will die every day until Aiden Bishop can identify her killer and break the cycle. But every time the day begins again, Aiden will wake up in the body of a different guest. and some of his hosts are more helpful than others. So I'm assuming it's about a girl who dies, and it's a repeated cycle of her dying until her mystery of who killed her is solved. But the guy who is supposed to be solving the mystery comes back in a different body until he can figure out who killed her, which sounds really interesting. This is one of the books I've had for like maybe 2 years that I still haven't like picked up and read, so I'm really excited to read it and see what happens. Really interested to see how all the different like guests, they call them, yeah, the body of the different guests that he will be in, how they will portray that point of view. I'm not really into a lot of books that have different points of views, but this one will be interesting because I'm assuming this one has multiple, so hopefully I like the book, because I'm not really into a bunch of different points of views. And then the last book that I want to read is Crave by Tracy Wolff. And this is another book that I've had for a long time. I think this is another book that I saw another YouTuber read in a vlog, and I am excited because it has to do with vampires. I really enjoy like reading books that have like vampires or like wolves and stuff like that. So yeah, this is about a girl who is going to a new school. It's an academy, and she pretty much is going to a school of werewolves, or no, sorry, not werewolves, vampires. And she is she's very undecided on what she thinks about them. So until she meets this guy named Jax, and she starts to become interested in Jax and into the life of, I guess, how he lives, and you know, all the secrets that come with this place that she's going to. So yeah, this is the cover. It's a really cool cover, and the book that I have has like these uneven pages. I'm not sure if that's how the book is supposed to be, or if it's like a default, or I don't know if this is something wrong with the book, but I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is one of the books that I also want to really read this month. I have a lot of like mystery thriller, I think, books in this pile, which I don't know, I'm just really into that genre of books, and I do want to start getting into more of romance books, maybe more fantasy as well. I'm not a big person on fantasy, but I really want to try it out and see if I like it. But yeah, these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books that I, well, it's technically 6 since I've already started one, that I will want to read this month. So we'll see how that goes. I will try and do I guess a wrap up in March to let you know what I thought of the books and how many books I got through this month of February. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video, even though I'm really bad at explaining things or describing things. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. Bye!